What up, blessed team? How y'all doing today? I hope all is well, but most importantly, you are having a very productive day, right? As always, I hope you took last weekend at least to spend quality moments with mom, dad, uncles, sisters, family members, people that you love, the ones that you ultimately care about. It definitely will not be your smartphone, and it will not be me or your favorite content creator, right? I know the world like to tell people that they cannot put your phone down, but it's absolutely not true. You absolutely can put your phone down for an hour or two. And if you cannot put your phone down, like I said last week, call a friend, right? An acquaintance, someone that's actually going to show up at your funeral. I think it matters a lot, and they usually tend to appreciate these things. Reach out and say hello, all right? Anyway, I'm not saying still don't watch my videos and don't watch the podcast episodes on whatever platform you like to listen to, but ultimately, I want you to make sure you're spending those quality experiences with the people that ultimately matters to you the most, all right? We have an incredible topic today. Isn't it funny how I always say that? But today is special. I think it's one of those that you guys are really going to appreciate from me, for sure. Now, if this is your first time coming across my podcast and you're wondering, who's this guy? My name is Sam, born and raised in Ghana. The mission of this podcast is to inspire 1 billion people to become a better version of themselves through insightful conversations about training, nutrition, as well as personal growth, right? Now, when it comes to the training, we specifically focus on helping you, show you how to lose weight, build muscle. And as far as nutrition is concerned, I like to really help you know how to shop for groceries. Because a lot of people, the reason why they keep gaining weight or not able to build muscle, because they really don't shop for the right things, right? So many people think just because they eat smaller food portions, they're supposed to lose weight. Like, that's not always the case. If you're eating a lot of high caloric dense foods, it doesn't matter, right? So we spend a lot of time talking about it on this channel, showing you how to still have diversity and enjoy the meals you eat. You're not stuck with 1 or 2 meals or rice and chicken. Like, that's not what you're supposed to do. If you want to maintain something for the long haul, you need something that's very sustainable, all right? And so that's one of the main things we talk about on this channel. And then when it comes to personal growth, I like to keep it very practical, right? We're talking about habits and disciplines, systems, strategies, right? I'm all about procedures. Like, what can I do? What is the step? What exactly can I implement in my life to make it better, right? These are things we talk about on this podcast. So if you're out there and you want to lose weight, you're struggling to lose weight, right? If you're out there, you want to build muscle and you're struggling to build muscle, I promise you, this is the right podcast for you. And if you simply want to be able to have a certain level of confidence to be able to even do something as simple as this, a YouTube channel, then I'm telling you right now, this will be the right podcast for you. So I want to say thank you so much for chiming in and welcome to the Sam Arkoh Pod. All right, man, we got an incredible topic today. We're talking about why, my opinion on this, why I think everyone should make fitness training specifically as part of their overall routine, habits, whatever you got going on, right? You need to find a way to make exercising part of your life. I don't care how you're going to do it, but I want to talk to you about 3 main reasons why I believe you should start training, right? This is something that has been very profound in my own life, and that's why I'm talking about it, right? If it's not resourceful, I'm not talking about it. And because I know this is going to be useful, I know a lot of you that's watching this, you're probably considering, should I start training? What are really the benefits? Where should I start? This episode of the podcast is solely focused on the main benefits that I've noticed in my own life, and I've noticed with some of my clients and people that I've trained with, that I found to be very profound, that I think if I share with you, hopefully by the end of the episode, you'll be convinced to take the action and work on yourself. Because ultimately, your health is really your wealth, right? We don't need to discuss this. Like, this is something that we all know. But before we dive into any of these today, I decided to introduce a new segment to the podcast, right? I call it the evaluation time. Now, what is the evaluation time all about? So this is basically a segment in the episode where I'm going to tell you about what's going on and what happened to me last week in terms of finance, creativity, business-wise, as it relates to my overall training. These are things I want to just talk about with y'all, right? I think it gives me an opportunity to share what's going on in my life with y'all, but also I really want y'all to let me know in the comments, like, this means a lot to me. Please share with me in the comment below. How was your last week, right? In terms of finance, like, how do you grade yourself? I'm not saying give you like a letter on it, but how do you feel about it? Is it great? Is it awesome? Do you need a few adjustments, right? When it comes to saving money, investing money, when it comes to creativity, what are some of the things that you did that you found very useful, that you believe is moving you forward towards the right path that you are on right now, right? Like, and not just finance as well, or not just training. I definitely want to hear more about what's going on in terms of family, relationship, like life, right? Like I've always said this from the beginning of the podcast, that I want this to be a community. And so last week when I talked about just being comfortable, and just, it's not just being comfortable on camera, but being comfortable and not let anything stop me from sharing what is actually going on in the day-to-day life of Sam, right? And so today I want to expand on it, what really happened to me the whole entire week of last week, in terms of all these things that I talk about. I don't want to really go through them again. But in terms of finance, I believe I did a decent job. I could have done a lot better. Definitely could have invested. I didn't really invest on anything at all. So I definitely need to work on that. In terms of reading, I did a great job. I think I was very proud of myself. I've been on a streak and I'm very, very happy about that. Now, as it relates to overall training, I had an insane leg day that really held me back. So I wasn't able to go back and train as good as I usually would love to, but I'm still always training 2 to 3 times a week anyway. So it's okay. Even though I missed one day, I think I'm fine with that. We'll do our best to make sure we make up for that this upcoming week. And then in terms of my overall creativity, I think I was very sharp. I was very focused, not thinking, but I know I was very focused last week. I dropped a lot of content. I was really producing and working on a lot of different things. And in terms of my brand, I've been working on, I don't know if I should even talk about it, but why not? We're here. So I've been working on a website. I'm trying to create a video library where it's going to be a subscription base. And I want to give you all more information, right? I want to give you all some step-by-step on how to lose weight, how to build muscle from day one to whenever you actually going to finish losing the weight, build muscle, some systems that I've used over the years that I know is so resourceful. So I want to build a whole video library, and I'm working on this right now. So I was very creative in that sense. I worked on that very, very big, working on the website as well. And so I'm very, very happy about how we performed overall last week. I think I'll give myself a B+. So let me know in the comment below, how was it for you financially, in terms of health-wise, with your training, creativity? What are some of the things you did? Oh, and I've also been reading Mastery. So you guys, it's by George Leonard. Check it out. I might put it on the screen. If you're on YouTube, you're going to be able to see it. But that's one of the books that I'm reading right now. I find it to be very, very incredible. I think it's one of those books that, even though there's a lot of redundancy, but the point is still very clear on how important it is to really go after mastery instead of anything else, right? So anyway, that was a long tangent, but that gives you an insight into where I'm at right now. Like, what are some of the things I work on a day in, day out basis? And I would like to know what you are working on, right? What are some of the things that you are investing a lot of your time in? We are a community. I don't know how people don't respond a lot. I'm like, yo, like, I'm chill as hell. Like, talk to me in the comment below. Like, let me know, Sam, what's going on? Like, I don't understand this. Like, I really want to lose weight, but I can't do it. Sam, I want to build muscle. And I've been trying this and that, but I'm still not building muscle. Like, do you have any training regimen, system that you follow that really help you stay in shape all the time? Like, I got you covered. Like, you just got to ask. I got you. All right. It's going to be free. It's really not going to cost you anything, but just let me know. Interact with me in the community tab. Do something in the comment section. And again, I'm talking about specifically YouTube, right? So if you're on Spotify, maybe you can leave some comments, or you're on Apple Podcasts, leave some comments. Let me know what's going on, all right? Now that we're done with this, let's dive straight into today's topic, okay? So the first thing that I believe is the most important reason why everyone should train is training sharpens your mind, right? It helps you cognitively. If you know anyone that invests a lot of time in training, you notice that they're a lot sharper. It's just what it is, right? For majority of people, the moment you make the decision to start training, right? What you're going to notice is, if you actually want to be able to train effectively, you want to be able to get the results you're looking for, then you have to at least know the basics of training. So whatever training formality that you're following through, in terms of whether it's strength training, lifting weight, bodybuilding, but whatever you have to do, you will have to put in the time, the effort to understand some of the basics. The process of even reading about it, watching videos about it, listening to podcasts like this about it, it's already going to enhance you cognitively. Like, majority of us don't read. Most of you don't read. And most importantly, if you took the time to read something about your health that's actually going to help you live longer and be more healthier, pay attention to your nutrition, that's already going to get your brain working. You understand what I'm saying? The second thing, as it relates to sharpening your overall cognition, is that it's going to help you make better decisions. You know how many times people were irrational, making insane decisions simply because they don't really exercise, right? Exercise Again, all of these things, you don't have to really doubt me on this. Go look it up. Scientifically, it's already proven. We don't need to go into all those details. I'm trying to speak it from the point of a personal development individual like myself, right? What have I really experienced cognitively, right? I make better decisions. Like, I don't get into those unnecessary arguments with my girlfriend anymore. Like, I noticed that when I go days without training, I'm more aggravated. Like, it's a lot easier for that to come out. And so I already know that exercising keeps me calm. And then when decisions come up that I need to make, that I need logic, instead of being so emotional and involved in that situation, I'm able to make very concrete decisions, bring everything to the table, and be able to take the one that works for me the best without being so emotionally invested. These are things you're going to notice right away. As far as cognition is concerned, based off this information alone, I think most of you should start training, right? Like, that's how much it's helped me. There's one thing that I always say to people. One of the most important thing that happened to me as I started training is it led me to exactly where I'm at right now, right? A lot of my confidence being on camera, which I've said 100 billion times on this podcast, all of it I attribute it simply due to the fact of training. I'm able to get to the point where I'm at right now. Like, I don't think I'll have the confidence to be able to articulate myself the way that I do things right now if I wasn't training a few years ago. That has been that much profound, right? My mind being able to remember things that I rehearsed and prep before I get on the podcast, right? Researching, like being able to even do all those things. You will notice a massive difference between someone that trained versus an individual that actually don't invest any effort in exercising at all. And so it doesn't have to be calisthenics. It does not have to be bodybuilding. It does not have to be biking. It doesn't have to be jogging. It doesn't have to be any of those things. You just have to find a way to train. All right. 1 time a week, 2 times a week, 3 times a week. It doesn't really matter. Please find a way. Trust me. I really just love people training. Like, there's nothing better than going to the gym. It's a community, right? And it's just different than any other place where people go to and take care of their body, and not just the gym, but anywhere people like to exercise, right? Go running. Like, I know most of you want to think walking is the same exact way. There's nothing wrong. If you can't do anything else, walk. But if you can exercise, move your body, right? Jumping jacks. Like, you don't need weights to have an effective workout. Like, just body weight exercises, you can crush it. That's a fact. All right. So that's the first one, right? Now let's go to the second benefit that I deem to be very profound. And I was just talking about it, is training and exercising is going to extremely and drastically improve and enhance your confidence and self-worth, right? This is a fact, and there's no way around it, right? It is hard for you to find somebody that's in shape, that took care of their body, that cares about their nutrition, that is not confident. You never met one, all right? And if you have, that was the last one you will meet. And so one of the main things I try to tell people is that if you lack confidence, show up in the gym as your body begins to look better. As you look in the mirror and then you love the person you see. Like, right now, when I go back and I look on the camera and I love this individual, Sam, right now, like, come on, like, it gives me confidence to even want to be on camera more, right? A lot of us, because we don't look good and we don't love the person we see in the mirror, we can't even do certain things in our life. And I've noticed this with a lot of people around me. So I know it happens in the world, right? This is just common. You got to find a way to train. And when you take care of yourself and you look better and you love yourself, you start getting compliments from other people. Where do you think your confidence is going to be at? Through the roof. And a lot of us, again, lack of self-worth. We are staying in places that we're not even supposed to stay at. Most of us don't want to be at certain jobs, but because we don't even believe that we can even get better. We don't believe that we can even do something. We don't believe that we can develop a certain level of skill set to be able to make a difference in other aspects of life. So therefore, we just stay where we are. And we just, I'm comfortable right here. Like, it's okay. And one of the things, when you start exercising, when you start training, and I know it sounds like I'm going off, but I'm just being honest, right? Like, when you start training, taking care of your body, man, the confidence level, man, it goes through the roof, man. You see these people online. A lot of the people that you guys have come across that's on social media that you deem like, oh, I admire this person, whatever. These individuals, you see all of them, they're in the gym. They're talking about it. They put it in their video. They're training scientifically, right? It just came out that there is nothing that can replace exercise. There's pretty much no medicine, no fruits, no food that can replace the benefits that we get from exercise. They're basically saying it's incalculable, like I've been saying the last 155 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, the training benefits are incalculable. I'm only talking to you about 3 today. Cognitively, in terms of confidence and self-worth, and the last thing that we're going to talk about. But just that alone, those 2 things that I just mentioned, Like we need our mind to make and our brain to make a lot of rational decisions. So once you want to improve your mind by training, go to the gym, exercise, calisthenics, CrossFit. I don't know what you got to do. Jumping jacks, whatever exercise move your body and you don't sit still all the time, please find a way to do it. You can make it happen. Like we all got busy schedules. A lot of people think that some of us don't have difficult schedules. That's why we're able to do these videos or whatever life that other people are living. I'm telling you right now, you can make time to exercise. We all can. Like some people have way more complicated life than you could ever imagine. And they don't pay people to take care of all those responsibilities. They still find a way to train. It's all about not making excuses, right? No one is forcing you to go to the gym 5 days a week or 7 days a week. Just find a way to get there. And if you do, you get results. I say this all the time on my Instagram. You're going to get results. All right. Let's get to the last one on the list, which is obvious. When you train, you age slowly. I mean, who doesn't want to age slowly, right? Have you ever met someone and they told you their age and you're like, damn, you look so young? Exactly. I'm not saying that's always the case, but in most cases, people that train, take care of their body, that in a lot of great shape, eat healthier, care about what food they're eating every single day. They're not just randomly eating anything just because it tastes good. These people tend to live longer, tend to look younger. It's not a coincidence. If you're not making training as part of your life, I don't know why you wouldn't. Your nutrition is going to get better. You are going to be a lot more healthier. You're going to improve yourself cognitively. You're going to improve your confidence and your self-worth. I mean, I just mentioned everything you need to succeed. You got to really find a way to train. And again, even if it's 1 day a week, even if it's 3 times a week, even if it's like 20 minutes every day, whatever the case is, just if you can find a way to do this for yourself, you're going to think better. Your life is going to be better. You're going to start becoming more ambitious. And a lot of us, when we don't go after certain things, it's lack of all of these things. Because once you get that first understanding of discipline, consistency, paying attention to get certain outcomes, you can apply the same things in other aspects of your life. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now, right? This is something that I want everybody to be very, very cognizant of, all right? Yo, I hope you all made it to the deep end, right? I hope you got to this point in the episode. And most importantly, I hope you learn a lot. And not just learn it. You're going to go out there and implement it into your life. I'm only telling you certain outlines. I'm giving you guidelines, procedures. I'm giving you benefits that I attain as a result of doing these things that I know a lot of people that I know that train as well have seen these things in their life. So I want you to take advantage of it. That way your life will become better. You get in shape and your life get better. Like that's really that simple. It's hard for you to get in shape, take care of your body, take care of your mind, and then you don't notice a massive difference, a shift in your life. There's going to be a shift. And that's what I want you guys to really take advantage of, because that's what happened for me. Once I got in shape, man, I became super ambitious. You know, if I was at a 7, I went to 27. Do you see what I'm saying? All right, let's get to the quote of the week, all right? So Ali said, I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. That's Muhammad Ali, man. Y'all know him. He hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to run the 5 mile, the 10 miles. The same thing applies to all of us in our own lives, right? I know there's a lot of you out there that things are so hard right now that you just want to give up. Things are so difficult right now that you just want to break. But Ali said, suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. That's my principle in life. So yes, this whole video thing might not work out. This whole podcast thing might not work out. I might not be able to have the business that I imagine I'll have. Okay. But as long as every single day I show up and I give my best to improve, which there's no way I don't get my outcome. I will get the outcome. I'm going to make it happen. And so he's reminding us, you never quit, because you are going to get your outcome. And then you live the rest of your life as a champion. Don't give up now, right? Some of us, we've invested too much. You've given so much to the craft. You've given so much to this whole thing that you're doing. This is your time to fight. If you fight a good fight, I promise you, things will never be the same. Now, we got another segment that I decided to add as well, because whenever I think about my podcast, right, I didn't just want it to be educational and informative. I always wanted to have something that you don't expect, right? So a different segment and have a little bit of variety. This might not even be the last one we add to the podcast, right? We're going to add different things, but I always want to educate you on something. So I decided to add this new one called the 3 fun facts about the quote of the week author, right? So the person that we decided to talk about today as it relates to the quote of the week is Muhammad Ali. So I'm going to give you 3 things that hopefully some of you already know, but some of you might not know about Muhammad Ali, right? The first one goes like this. Muhammad Ali was actually born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. Now, if you're a boxing fan, you know this already, right? But a lot of you don't know that that's not Muhammad Ali's real name, right? He changed his name when he changed his religion. So a lot of you learned something today. The second one is he won the Olympic gold medal in boxing at the age of 18, which is something I never knew. I just came to find this out, and that's fascinating. To win the Olympic gold medal in 1960 during the Rome Olympics at the age of 18, that's why Ali is different. All right, that's why he's different. The last one is Ali was also a 3-time world heavyweight champion. Most of you are aware of this, but if you didn't know, you learned something today. And I decided to add this, right? I think it's something, it adds a nuance to the podcast, not just the personal growth stuff, the fitness, the training, the nutrition stuff, but also giving you something about the person that give us the quote of the week, which usually is something I like to carry with me for the rest of the week. And this week, I'm going to be thinking about how I shouldn't quit. No matter how tough things get, suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion, right? Legacy. I'm thinking winning, and therefore I'm going to keep this with me. And I hope you carry this with you, because I know a lot of you probably tune out. Hopefully you don't tune out. And I'm not saying you should. Hopefully you listen to this point and you're going to apply these things. But the quote of the week is one thing that engulfs and incorporates or embodies everything that we talk about. And today's one of those that, since we're talking about training, I know that one of the things that will come up was that you will want to quit when things get uncomfortable. We all want to quit, right? When you start training and it takes about 6 months and you're not seeing results, or you're not losing that weight, or you're not building that muscle, you're not getting the outcomes that you wanted, like, you might want to quit. So I decided to put this quote right here. Muhammad Ali reminding us to never quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion, right? You dedicate, you give your all, you do whatever you can to get the outcomes you want, because that's how you become a champion. All right. Thank you so much for spending another episode with me. I really do appreciate you guys always stopping by. It means the world to me. I hope you learn a lot. And I don't just hope, because I know it's a lot of value if you are going to implement a lot of these ideas, right? And don't forget to share the episode with a friend. Leave a comment below on YouTube. Comment on any other podcast platform that you listen to this on. Let me know what you think about this episode. How are we going so far? I really appreciate it. And most importantly, what's going on in your life? Talk to me, right? Creatively, business-wise, family, right? Physically, training. Talk to me. Talk to me in the comment below on YouTube. I really do appreciate y'all for stopping by again. But stay blessed. And most importantly, stay out of trouble, right? Like, I'm not going to keep saying this. Stay out of trouble, right? Find a way to stay out of trouble. You know what I mean? And I'm going to catch y'all next episode.